One day, Jesus and his disciples were followed by a large crowd. The people had traveled far to hear Jesus' teachings, and as the day began to grow late, they became hungry. With no food and no town nearby, the disciples were concerned about how to provide for the large group. Seeing the situation, the disciples turned to Jesus and asked, "Where will we buy enough bread to feed all these people?" They were troubled, not knowing how they could possibly meet such a need with their limited resources. Among the crowd, a young boy offered 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish to Jesus. His simple offering seemed so small compared to the thousands gathered. But what is this among so many? The disciples wondered, unsure how such a small amount could feed so many. Jesus took the loaves and fish, looked up to heaven and gave thanks. He began breaking the bread and fish into pieces, then instructed his disciples to distribute it to the crowd. As they did so, the disciples were filled with awe, unsure of how the miracle would unfold. As the disciples passed out the food, something incredible happened. More and more food appeared, enough for everyone to eat. The crowd was amazed as the food never ran out, and every single person was filled, each taking their share, and still there was more to give. After everyone had eaten their fill, the disciples collected 12 baskets of leftover food. The miracle had turned a small offering into an abundant feast, showing Jesus' power to provide in ways no one could have imagined. The people marveled at the miracle they had witnessed. Many began to say, "This is truly the prophet who is to come into the world." They recognized in that moment that Jesus was the Messiah, sent to fulfill God's promises.